Welcome back. It's time for the News Schmooze.
Karm, so what did you think of Ari, the sperminator?
I told you.
Just a nice Jewish boy?
A nice Jewish boy. I think...
Is he a little meshugana, as they say?
Let me tell you something.
How do you diagnose this
I
guy?
don't know what math he teaches or what, but he's definitely, he should be teaching statistics. He has so much statistics with this, and I wonder if he ever registers all this. If he keeps a diary, because he knows how many twins he has, he knows how many they conceived.
What
Two
days,
children.
he has kids on multiple birthdays. I mean, Karm, this is...
But that's because he has a brilliant mind.
This is next level crazy to me.
But
the guy seems like a super sweet guy. And
exactly.
I'm jealous because he does not worry about financial issues. He just kind of lives his life. But here's the thing.
No, but he's very, 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 very bright.
Yes, but I can barely take care of 3 kids. Barely take care of 3 kids. And I am...
Now you are heard about the term pussy. Aren't you a pussy? Like a pussycat?
They...
little fluffy...
The 3 kids
white-haired.
plus the 2 dogs, and I'm done. And this guy has 17 kids. And these kids are going to grow up. They're going to want things from him. He doesn't realize that, I don't think.
They already want. The mother sued him for child support.
It's crazy. I don't know. I wish him well.
But they cannot get from him what he doesn't have. He literally lives on the bare minimum. He has an old car, a small apartment, and he lives from paycheck to paycheck because he has to pay child support to some of these children.
And money is just not, money's not an issue to him. Never has been. He's not one of these guys that's a money guy. He's a math guy. He's a math guy.
Whining about money.
On to the news schmooze. Man, I've interviewed a lot of people, but this one took the cake.
No, I don't. I felt it was totally within the range of the normal.
I knew you were going to say that, just to be contrarian. So annoying. There's nothing normal about that. I have these anxiety dreams that I get tattooed, and I can't get rid of it. And this is like that dream on crack times 1,000,000. Like, imagine 117 kids. That gives me so much, it just makes me tense thinking about it. Karm, onto a story, speaking of 117 kids, I know will make you upset. Republican House lawmakers in Oklahoma gave final passage to legislation that is going to make performing an abortion a felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison and fines of up to $100,000. You'll be shocked to know that this is a GOP-backed bill. It passed the Senate, and it now goes to Governor Kevin Stitt.
Any
and
abortion?
He's vowed to sign all anti-abortion laws that comes to his desk. Now, to answer your question just now, the bill will make it a felony to perform any abortion except those deemed necessary to save the life of a pregnant woman, only in a medical emergency. Everything else is off limits. Roe versus Wade, sayonara. What do you think of Oklahoma?
You know what I think?
Yeah, what do you think?
Back to the Middle Ages.
Yeah.
Buy a lot of metal hangers.
What would you do if you were in Oklahoma?
To do the abortions with metal hangers.
Oh, that must hurt.
They die.
Yeah, that must hurt. This story I thought was fascinating. A carpet cleaner. He heaves his machine up the stairs. He untangles the hoses. He promises to dump the dirty water only into the approved toilet. It's another day scrubbing rugs for less than $20 an hour. This is in Washington. He's working in a home with overflowing bookshelves and walls covered in travel mementos from places that one day he would love to go and see. But this carpet cleaner is not just any carpet cleaner. He is a hyperpolyglot. Do you know what that is?
Travels a lot?
No. His name is Vaughn Smith. He's a hyperpolyglot. He's fluent in 8 languages, conversational in more than 25 others. By his count, It's actually 37 languages that he can speak, with at least 24 that he speaks well enough to carry on lengthy conversations. He can read and write in 8 alphabets and scripts. He can tell stories in Italian and Finnish and American Sign Language. He's now teaching himself indigenous languages from Mexico's Nahuatl to Montana's Salish. The quality of his accents in Dutch and Catalan dazzle people from the Netherlands and Spain. There's a moral to this story. Do you know what it is?
Again, money is not the matter.
That's sort of it. You see a guy in ripped jeans, his belly hanging out, and a torn t-shirt, and that guy is worth maybe $500 million. You see the guy in the Bentley, he's worth $20. You never judge a book by its character. This guy...
By its cover. But
by its cover.
But what is a person who travels something...
A traveler.
No. I will look it up. I know there is
I think you're trying to...
No, 100%.
Psychologically, what I think you're trying to do here is prove to the audience that you're more intelligent and that there is a word out there similar to
It's called...
Polyglot that has to do with travel, but there is no word like that. Hyperpolyglot means speaking multiple languages. But who would think that a carpet cleaner making less than $20 an hour speaks 37 languages?
I got the point the first time. You don't
be
have
careful
to make
I try to drill that into my kids. You don't know who anybody is or what their skill set is.
I drilled that in your head.
You look at Ari Nagel, you think he has 117 children?
Yes.
You see him playing.
I would only think 116.
On to the last story here, and then questions, and then we wrap it up. This is a story near and dear to my heart. This was a poll called One Poll showing that 2/3 of Americans claim they spare no expense when it comes to their 4-legged companions. Out of 2,000 dog owners surveyed, 4 in 5 say they pamper their dogs as much as possible. 3/4 of respondents consider their dog a member of the family. The same number are willing to go the extra mile for their dog since they have an irreplaceable bond with them. In fact, 79% of dog owners want to give their puppies everything they need to feel loved. What percent do you think say it is important for them to be regularly groomed?
Very few.
80%. And
really?
Of those 80%, how many of that 80%, how many take their pup like me to the salon at least 5 times a year?
Probably all of them.
Half of the 80%. And by the way, when Mabel, I tell my kids this, it's impossible for Mabel to be any more beautiful. When the groomer comes, they're only cleaner. Mabel is only cleaner, not more beautiful. It is not possible to be more beautiful.
May I say something? We all know you are a dog lover, and I'm glad you didn't watch the news last night.
Story. That's a sick story. That guy needs to be murdered. That guy needs to be put to death.
Yeah,
a guy in Miami opened fire on a dog in a crate. He
was like he was in a daycare center. The dog because the
right.
owner was working, and he always
was it his dog or was someone else's dog?
No, this was the guy. He was a veteran who had
But what did he think the dog was coming? Yeah.
And he got this dog from a pound, and then he began to love him, and the dog psychologically cured him, and he loved the dog. You should see the eyes of the guy who owned the dog. And the crazy other guy came and shot the dog for no reason.
Why? Why did the other? So did the owner?
We don't know the motivation.
Is the veteran just beside himself?
Very, very, very sad.
This could result in a suicide. This guy.
I know.
But let me tell you something. The guy who shot this dog while in a crate.
He's in jail. He's in jail.
That's a serial killer, and he needs to be put in. He needs to be hanged in a public square.